missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
This is a dream come true.
And welcome everybody. Good morning to Jericoacoara, Brazil for the final day of action here. And it is looking good this morning. We have got roughly just shy of 30 knots of wind. We've been waiting patiently for it to build a little bit. And Juan Antonio, race director, has given the green light to start with the semi-finals of the Big Air Surfboard division. It was an amazing day yesterday as well. A little bit on the lighter side, but we did manage to finish the hydrofoil Big Air men, where Charles Bedell took the victory there. And then we also got through the early rounds of the men's surfboard division. So today is a huge day because it's a semi-final day for not just the surfboard, but also men's twin tip. We've crowned 3 champions so far in the women's twin tip division, and also the women's hydrofoil Big Air, men's hydrofoil Big Air. 2 divisions left to crown, 2 champions still waiting to get their hands on the trophy. And you can see here a lovely sight of our event site. I'll talk you through it from left to right. So on the left-hand side there, we've got our athlete zone, our athlete village. In the middle there, that's where our judges are. That's where I am in the booth. And then on the right-hand side, obviously, where the crowd will soon start to gather here on this lovely beach in Brazil. The sun is out, the wind is blowing, and we are very shortly going to be getting underway with the first semi-final of the men. We're going to be seeing Louis Gossart, Camille Denoir, Javier Lopez Martin, and Keanu Mertin. There they are on your screen, those 4 riders. Only 2 of them going to be able to go through to the final, and then we'll be doing the second semi-final. And depending on conditions, we will either then switch over to twin tip and do the semi-finals there, or we will go and finish the final here. But most likely the plan of action is to get to the final of both surfboards and twin tip and then do one after the other. So sit back, relax, enjoy, because we have an amazing day of competition coming your way. AP flag is up. Very shortly we will be starting with the red flag going in 1 minute's time. Okay, so yellow flag is up now. We are going to be getting underway. We're the first semi-final here. Yellow flag is up. Less than 1 minute to go until we go into sequence with Louis Gossart jumping first. Wind's looking pretty nice out there. Schedule for the day, men's semi-final 1, men's semi-final 2. Then we go over to the twin tip semi-final 1, twin tip semi-final 2. Then have back-to-back finals in surfboard and twin tip. So green flag, here we go. First heat of the day. Louis Gossart in your white lycra will be jumping first. Goes for a front roll, double front roll. With the board of obviously. As we watch the replay here, gets that front rotation in, grabs the board. 1, 2 with the tic-tac. Opening up there. Camille Delamoire has been on the water for about a good half an hour already. I've been seeing him going big. Right foot forward, takes a kicker. Kite loop. Lovely with technical skills shown as well on that 9-meter Orbit Pro. Goes up, takes the board off, pulls, and with the flip. Trying to get that kite to continue and let him ride out of that. And as he does, score coming down for that kite loop board off. Camille Delamoire with a kite loop tic-tac of a 6.60 first. So the highest score of the first round of tricks there. Back roll. Double back roll board off there for Louis. Camille now, right foot forward, showing plenty of speed and power. Nice little kicker here. Is he going to get the most of it? Decides against it. 50 seconds they have to perform their tricks. So Camille now, he's got to go. He's got to jump here. Kicker goes up, back roll board, back roll kite loop board off. Does he get that board properly off though? Here we go, back roll, loops the kite, does get the board off as well. And Camille here having a little bit of home advantage, let's say. As kite loop board off for Javier as well, but crashing out on the landing. Camille actually calls Prayer home, which is just a short 20 to 30 minute drive away from here. So very familiar with the conditions. Obviously going right foot forward as well is favouring riders here. Being able to use those kickers to their advantage. But Keanu Martin now has a 4.17 for his kite loop board off. Top 2 will be making it through to the final. Keanu now goes up, back roll, kite loop board off like Camille's. Nice bit of distance travelled, but that'll be a crash for him. You see here, pulls on that backhand. Just coming in with a little bit too much speed. So Louis now going for that third trick attempt. He has a double back roll board off and a front roll tic-tac already counting towards his score. As we see here, the front roll with the loop as well. And obviously the board off. So nice there from Louis, timing that kicker really well. Camille now. Third trick. Goes up, front double. Oh, was it a double? No, he's switching it up there. thought we were going to see the loop, but he goes forward in that front rotation with the tic-tac. Very technical there with the board. Kite loop front roll board off for Louis coming in. Very nice, just shy of the 7s. Javier here, back roll tic-tac. Front roll tic-tac here coming in for Camille as well, looking like a good score, but you can see now Louis Gossart bumping his way into second place with a very nice kite loop front roll board off, as we see Keanu Mertin there land his 3rd trick attempt. So all riders really throwing it down here as we see that back roll Rodeo tic-tac as well. And Camille Delamoire is in first. Louis is in second with that nice 7 as well. Highest scoring trick so far of the heat. Louis Gossart gets the kicker. Kite loop board off. As you see here, decent amount of height. Didn't get the smoothest of takeoffs there. Camille now going left foot forward for the first time. Going for the contra loop there. With the back roll. Currently experiencing a little bit of bad signal, bad Wi-Fi our side. But many of you have tuned in over the last few days, and a little bit of time and we'll be all good to go very shortly. Javier there, stoked with that one. That'll be his 3rd trick, counting towards his overall score. So Keanu now, green lycra, 9.84 at the moment with a back roll, rodeo and a kite loop board off. So he still has 2 tricks to go towards that overall. He's coming in now left foot forward, parking that kite to 12, goes for the back roll, contra loop board off. As we see here, gets that back rotation. And the board goes off and lands it smoothly as well. Some big scores coming in. And Louis now. Here's the rider currently in first place. Back roll kite loop board off. Landed as well. Camille Delamoire now going for the trick that he couldn't land last time with that contra loop. Lands it there. As we watch the replay here, going for that back roll contra loop board off. Javier now. Good kicker on the horizon. Doesn't get the takeoff he was hoping for. You can see fuming with himself there. As we reach just past the halfway point of this heat. And it will be Keanu Merton who jumps next. As you can see now, starting to engage. So 5th trick attempt for him. 9 trick attempts these riders have, and 4 of their scores will be counting. Currently it's Camille Delamoire in 1st place. And Keanu here going big. Getting a nice amount of height there and landing it very smoothly indeed. As we watch the replay here, gets a nice bit of pop with that back roll rotation, loops the kite, board is off. A very smooth landing from him. That will tick another family there, and Keanu is most definitely going to be bumping up from 4th to a higher position. Louis now. Here we go, double front roll board off. So red flag now, trick attempt number 6 for Camille. Goes up, kite loop, board off, late back. Good travel distance as well there for him. Very nice there from Camille. Gets a great bit of pop here. Initiates the late back with the board off. So here we go, Keanu Merton. Again, all nice little flip there as well on the way down after that move. He has a kite loop backward board off of a 5.13 on that last move that he did, as you can see here. Looping the kite and then flips the board. Here we go, start. Double front roll with the kite loop board off. That would have been very nice from him if he could have landed that. As we watch here, initiates that board off, front rotation, and the second one as well. But just couldn't spot the landing. Some big scores coming if you've seen your top left-hand side there. Only one rider at the moment has 3 tricks. So he's missing that 4th. That's Javier, who will be jumping next after Camille. Camille at the moment is the heat leader. Back roll, board off with a contra loop. Big butt check there though. And the kite loop back roll board off from Camille on his last trick attempt was an 8. So that is the highest score we've seen so far. 26.12 for him. We saw James Crew yesterday get up in the 30s. So he has the heat to beat. Javier looking for that 4th trick. Goes up. Kite loop late back with a board off. And he lands it as well. He's happy with that. You can see here, taking it easy, calming himself down. Gets the pop, back roll, initiates the loop with the board off. Keanu now for his 7th trick attempt. Lowest score for him is the kite loop back roll board off, so is he going to be looking to try and better that chance here? And great distance travelled here. But goes over the front. So Louis now. Nice kicker here. Makes use of it. Double front roll board off with the loop. This time. Oh, no. Just gets caught up in one of those waves ahead of him. Had the height. You can see here pretty much had the landing as well. But just there. Just landing on top of that wave and skidding over. He is currently in 4th place, but it's very tight there. There's not a lot of point difference. I mean, he only needs 2.51 to go into first. To go into second, sorry. Camille now 8th trick attempt. Camille now looking like he's going to jump left foot forward, but no, decides against it. Maybe wanting to use the kickers here. Lowest score for him is a contra loop back roll board off. So maybe ticking the contra loop family here, which might explain why he's coming in left foot forward here. Yeah, he's going to go for that contra loop again. But no improvement for him. He's tried that contra loop back roll board off last time as well. But it wasn't enough to knock the previous one out. Okay, so Javier, 3rd place. Crashed for him on his 8th trick. So Keanu Merton now is up next, and then we'll be going into the last round of tricks where we'll be seeing who is in the final. Up next, we're going to be having Wellington Silva, Lorenzo Casati, Noah Nicholas, and James Carew. Big heat there. So Keanu now going for the front row there with the loop. You see here straight away, tucks the board underneath his feet, initiates that front rotation, loops the kite. So last round of tricks. You can see there the wind speed at the moment just shy of 30 knots. Definitely better than yesterday. So last round of checks, Louis going for that same move. Not enough height there, but can he land it? Yes, he can. You can see he's absolutely stoked with that. The last 2 attempts where he did crash, they were going higher. However, obviously both were not landed. You can see here, goes 1, 2, and the loop of the kite. Very stoked with that one. 1, 2, loops the kite, finds and spots his landing and rides away. What's that going to do to the scores now? I can see some nice looking numbers coming our way. Camille Delanois, back roll with the kite loop. But a crash there. Sorry. Wanting to get that contra loop family, isn't he? So Javier Lopez Martin in 3rd place. And a crash for him, so there's no improvement for Javier, as he didn't land that last trick. Score still dropping for Louis. Keanu Merton now in 2nd. Last trick of the heat. Last trick of the heat. But we know who's going to be going through now. It's going to be Camille Delanois and Keanu Merton, who are going to be going through into the final here in Jericho. Up very shortly, semi-final number 2. Semi-final number 2 now, and we're going to be having these riders, Wellington Silva, Lorenzo Casati, Noah Nicholas, and James Carew, who are going to be joining Keanu Mertin and Camille Delamoire in the final. So opening up this semi-final number 2, Wellington Silva. You can see here finding a kicker. Goes, yes, front roll with the tic-tac. A smooth landing there from Wellington. Going through a slight lull at the moment, as you can see there on the left-hand side, sort of just below 25 knots, but there you go, picking up again. As Edgar Ulrich explained in the booth just a couple of days ago when he kindly joined us, he mentioned obviously this sort of hot Brazilian wind isn't as dense as that in Europe, but it's not a gusty spot by any means, but it definitely has its ups and down moments where 5 minutes it could be upwards of 30 knots, and then for another 5 minutes it could be, you know, underneath 25 or so. So definitely is a handful sometimes, but we've got some good breeze today, and hopefully it's only going to get stronger as we get into the afternoon. Local time just coming up to 11 a.m. We still obviously have the twin tip division as well to go. We've got 2 semi-finals in the twin tip, as Noah Nicholas there doesn't get a good takeoff and will be body dragging back to his board. But yes, twin tip division still to come as well. The ideal plan would be to have twin tip following this semi-final, but I will need to get that confirmed from our sports team. So once we wrap up here the semi-final, we'll get that answer straight to you guys at home. James Carew now. Put together the highest combined heat total score in yesterday's round. Here we go, pops up. Goes for that front roll with the contra loop. Bit of a heavy landing for him, but he still rides away. As you can see here, gets that front rotation, gets the board off, pulls the front hand for the contra loop. So first sequence of tricks is done, out the way, 8 attempts left. Wellington Silva gets a good kicker. Kite loop board off for him. But a big crash following the landing. So unfortunately there for him, that's going to be a crash. He did open up with that front roll rodeo for 6.13. Lorenzo Casati now, red lycra up next. Here we go, Lorenzo going for a front roll, kite loop board off. Such a talented rider. Also will be get semi-finals of the twin tip after this. If that's what happens, he'll be competing there. He's also competing in the hydrofoil. As you can see here, front roll, loops the kite, takes the board off, and landing very smoothly. Noah Nicholas now, back roll, contra loop rodeo. Gets the pop, Gets the board off, tucks it between the legs, yanks on that hand. You can see just how high he's getting up on the line to try and initiate that kite to turn that a little bit faster. Lorenzo's got a nice score coming in here. So review score of going is for Noah here. That's why the pink flag gets raised. If their colour light flag gets raised, which is the blue, and then the pink flag gets paired with that colour, it means that the judges are just reviewing scores. James now is just waiting for that green flag to go up. Two scores now for Lorenzo with an 8.07 for that kite loop front roll board off. So here we go. James Carew, second trick attempt. Gets the pot, back roll. Also contra loop. And a smooth landing there for him. You see here, gets that back rotation first. Pulls on the front hand. A very smooth landing into that wave ahead. So 6.47 for that contra loop back roll. Rewind there for James Carew. Sorry, the contra loop back roll, shove it. So here you go, you can see getting the shove it there with the loop. Noah. Kite loop back roll with a board off. Casati's got a kite loop back roll tic-tac coming in. The kite loop back, but the kite loop board off from Wellington with a 4.67. So James here has some good scores. He's currently in second place, just with 2 scores, as you can see. The 8.13 for that contra loop back roll shove it. He's getting good height there, James. Oh, unfortunately for him, just losing the board there. Wellington silver. into trick attempt number 4. Nine rounds of tricks. Okay, here he goes. Decides, nope, doesn't want to go there. Will he trick going left foot forward? No, he wants to go right, so he wants to use the kicker. So Wellington now has about 50 seconds to perform each move. So back roll, rodeo, kite loop. So he watches the replay here, gets the back rotation, sticks the ball between the legs, then loops the kite with the back hand. Casati now currently in second. So here we go, Lorenzo Casati. Gets a nice kicker, back roll, contra loop board off. With a very smooth landing as well. That'll be a third trick for him scoring. He's put a couple of nice biggies together. Noah now. Also with a kite loop back roll board off, which scored very nicely as well, as he's coming in hot here and very smooth, elegant landing. 13.47 for him. He's currently in 4th place, but with that score, it's going to all change things. As we watch the replay from Lorenzo just before. And we now have the replay from Noah. So here we go. Front roll rodeo with the loop. Missing the start of that one for James there. But again, it's another landed trick. Pops up with the shove it. Looping the kite. And obviously rotating round as well. Kite loop front roll rodeo for Noah coming in with a 7. So he's now in 2nd place. Very tight at the top. Wellington Sylvan also needs now a 4th trick. See here, all riders sort of riding together at the moment in the competition zone. So Wellington, got to go now because the 50 seconds are going to be up otherwise. Good kicker, goes up, rodeo front roll with the loop. We just saw that from Noah. Sorry, we just saw that from Lorenzo. But that will be a crash there for Wellington, who remain in 4th place. So it's tight between the following 3. Up in the 21, 20 and 22. So Lorenzo Casati now needs to tick another family in order to get that score. He only needs a 1.27 to go into 1st place, so he's got plenty of room. James is out in front at the moment. That kite loop back roll shove it in 8.30. We also saw Camille Denoir in that last heat do the first ever contra loop back board off rewind, but it did score low due to the poor landing. So Lorenzo, back roll, loops that kite. Doesn't get the board off. There's better height there from Noah, looking like maybe he wanted to get that contra loop involved. Front roll, double front roll I think maybe. There's the tic-tac. No, just the one rotation at the start. As you see here, gets that ball between his legs. Goes for the tic-tac as well. And James Carew goes up. Contra loop. And somehow manages to put the brakes on and stay on the board. We see here, goes for a little tweaky move with the tic-tac, looping the kite. Nice score coming in here for James. Wellington there is going to crash out on his 6th trick attempt. So we're coming up now into the later stages of this heat. Score dropping for James. Still remains in first place at the moment with a 22.76. Crash there for Lorenzo. So everyone's still looking for a 4th trick because it's 4 tricks that count towards their score. We're in the semi-final of the Big Air Surfboard division here in Brazil, Jericoacoara. Day number 4, last day. Noah now for trick attempt number 6. Noah from Tarifa. He's used to the strong winds and somehow just about manages to whip round with a fantastic landing there. As we watch the replay here, goes up. We're there pulling up. You can see right up on the line as well. With the additional rotation. And just last minute is able to ride away cleanly. Judges will look to reward that. The front rower there now for Noah as well with a 6.17. He is a rider now that has all 4 tricks counting, as does Lorenzo now as well. So riders now starting to tick all the families they need. As currently heat leader James here. Once again stomping it. The kite loop tic-tac from him previously, a 7.63. His lowest score at the moment is a contra loop front roll board off. That was a 6.33 he opened up with. Contra loop score coming in now for Noah with that back roll rodeo. That's a 7.13. So still keeps him in 3rd place. Casati just out ahead. James also staying out now in the 30s. Nice kicker here for Wellington. Gets that front roll rotation in. Or can he keep it together? Just about, yes. Needs it as well. You see here, gets the ball between the legs for Deo, loops the kite. Front roll rotation. And just about manages to stay on the board there. 7th trick attempts now. Lorenzo is just ahead of Noah by 0.81 of a point. So there's not a lot in it, and there's plenty still to play for. James here going up through a 31.39 now. With that contra loop front roll board off, that knocks off his original score of a 6.33 with that 7.33. Casati looking to improve on his lowest score, which is that kite loop shove it board off, 6.20. As we see here, goes up with the shove it, loops the kite. So he's looking to advance on that 6.20 he currently has in. What's Noah's lowest score? Is a 6.17 for the front row rodeo. As well, Noah wanting going down and ticking a contra loop. As you see here, has that back roll, board off, looping the kite. And James crashing out on that one. That was a shame because he looked like he went pretty big there. Especially going left foot forwards. You're seeing there getting to sort of that horizon line. Just not able to grab the board. 8 trick attempts now. Wind's gradually getting a little bit stronger. Wellington now 2 tricks remaining for all of our riders. Every rider has 4 tricks in their score now. Wellington currently in 4th place on a 23.17. Here we go. Wellington silver. Goes up, kite loop board off with a board flip. But very heavy landing there, so another crash for Wellington. Moves over to now 2nd place, Lorenzo Casati, who has gone a little bit further out in front now to those on 3rd place, that Noah. So Casati here. Kite loop board off with a late back. Noah now needs 2.14 additional to what he already has. Lowest score being a front roll rodeo. Another smooth landing there for Noah. Good timing on that one as we watch him go for the front roll. Loops the kite. So James now, back roll, and the conch loop as well. So what's his lowest score that James has now currently? It's the 7.33, which is the conch loop front roll board off. So he's looking to advance on that. We're doing the back rotation there instead. So last round of tricks. And then I'll be finding out if we're going to be moving over to twin tip or if we carry on with the men's surfboard division. So 50 seconds, Wellington. Last trick attempt. Needs a 6.27, but crashes out. So that'll be the end of the road now for Wellington. He'll remain in 4th place. We can be very proud of the performance that he's done getting to the semi-finals here in his home country. Lorenzo now. Lorenzo Casati is in 2nd place, but hunting him closely is Noah. He's not far off 2nd either, Lorenzo. He does have that kite loop shove it board off of a 6.20. Here we go. Lorenzo Casati, kite loop late back board off. Lands it. So we're going to see any change of scores there for Lorenzo. Will he remain on 29.143? All we know is that Noah here needs to go big. The last score he did was a contra front roll board off that 6.30. It did knock his previous one out. But it's still not enough. So are we going to see him go for a contra loop again? Oh no, Noah losing the boards. Will remain in 3rd place, which gives us our 2 finalists now in Lorenzo Casati and James Carew. So Lorenzo from Spain, James from Australia, those are 2 riders are going to be joining Camille Delamoire and Keanu Merton in the final, which will be up later. Last trick attempt now for James. The last trick of the heat. He has booked his way into the final. And in the final there will be 10 attempts, not 9, so they're upping the amount of attempts that the riders get. And James has gone absolutely huge right at the end here, but unfortunately not able to get that board back under his feet. But nonetheless, he'll be going through alongside Lorenzo, potentially going and moving on to twin tip next. We'll be back very shortly with a little bit more info in where we go again.
almost missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
This is a dream come true.
Okay, so we're moving over to the men's big air twin tip division now. Semi-final heat number 1. Shahar Salisbury, Zach Adams, Andrea Principe, and Edgar Ulrich. Here we go, men's twin tip. Okay, so we're in now. Great kite angle there from Shahar on the first move for him. So he's going to be kicking things off in the twin tip division. So how's it going to be different to the surfboard? Well, they're going to have less trick attempts. Twin tip, they're going to be having 8, and 3 are going to be counting. Red flag next. So Shahar has a score to drop opening up. Zach Adams now. I just went outside the booth as well. They're riding 9-meter kites. I think maybe Andrea is on an 8. But we're seeing 8 and 9s. Have 50 seconds to perform their trick. Zach now, left foot forward, 6.67 for a kite loop back roll board off there for Shahar. So here we go, men's twin tip. He's got to go soon. He's going to be timed out otherwise. Zach Adams. Believe, yeah, he's going to be timed out. So Andrea now goes up with the double front roll board off. Looping the kite. Going very early there. You can see he liked that one. Coming in super close to the beach. Gets a good takeoff front roll. Contra loop with the board off with the other front roll as well. Yeah, kite loop front roll board off there for Andrea. Edgar now. Nice and windy for him. He's also going. Oof. Big butt check. No, that's going to be a crash there for Edgar. You see here, initiates that front roll, gets the board off, loops the kite. And a lot of slack in the lines there just on his way down. So crash for Edgar. Second trick attempt now. We return back to Shahar here, riding for core. But we see the pink flag is up with the green flag, so that just tells us that validating scores, just deciding what the judges are doing up in the tower. When that pink flag goes up with the coloured flag of the light of the rider, there's some validation just happening. So here we go. All is good. White flag goes up. And Shahar now has the kite loop back roll board off, 6.93. So front roll with the kite loop board off, and again. We see here Shahar get a good takeoff with the front roll, loops the kite with the board off, initiates the additional front rotation. Very similar to what we saw Edgar do there. So Zach Adams actually got timed out on his first trick attempt, so he'll be looking to try and get things underway on this one. Yep, nice kicker here for Zach. He goes and takes it. Kite loop board off with a late back. Added rotation on the way down. You see here, up he goes. Gets nice height above that horizon line. Board comes off with the late back. And then obviously the additional rotation on the landing there. Kite loop front roll board off from Shahar coming in now as a 7.23. You can see the scores on your screen. Kite loop back roll here with the tic-tac for Zach Adams. Andrea now, 2023 GKA Big Air World Champion. Last year, Jeremy Belando was taking the victory and getting great height here. Andrea going big, but not able to get that board back on his feet just in time to ride away. But that is a great sign that the wind is picking up. Just look how high he goes here. And you can see just struggled there. Wanted to get that board in his feet a couple of rotations earlier. But a crash for Andrea, but good signs. As we see here, the back roll board up with another back roll for Edgar. And it's there, the back rotation gets the board off. Gets the board back on with that nice grab as well. Holds it for a nice long time. Judges do definitely reward the grabs as well, but they also want to have that height and amplitude. The height was there obviously for Andrea as well. So it's looking good out there at the moment. Take the wind reader on the bottom left-hand side with a pinch of salt. Definitely pushing more on that 30 range mark for the knots. Shahar now, the only rider with 2 tricks counting so far towards his score. 8 trick attempts, but still remain with 3 that count. Here we go, Shahar. Front roll, board off. Yeah, didn't get the takeoff he was hoping for. So Zach Adams now, big kite loop back roll that we saw on the last one with a 7.20 with the additional tic-tac as well. So Zach motoring along, sees a kicker there, decides against it. So 50 seconds. He's got to go on this tack now, Zach. So Zach now right foot forward. Has to go now before he gets timed out. Can't leave it any later. Front roll board off with a tic-tac there. Nicely done there from Zach. As you see here, front rotation. Gets the board off as well. And comes in. Plenty of travel distance as well. Another factor the judges want to see. How far is the rider going to travel from the start of their move to the end? Big score coming in here for Zach. After getting timed out on his first trick, Zach is really starting to throw it down now. Andrea. Viewing from the drone here, you can just see how those sets of waves are coming in as Andrea does get the board off there. Doesn't fully extend though. Hard to sort of get a range of how high he actually went there, but you can see just gets to sort of that horizon line. Went bigger on his last move, which he unfortunately crashed, but there we'll have a score coming in for him. The kite loop front roll board off he has was a 7.43. Zach Adams now dropping at 8.70 for that kite loop front roll tic-tac. Edgar has the kite loop back roll board off. Maybe going to see some freestyle element as well from Edgar. Conditions now looking pretty good. If the live booth is shaking a little bit, then we know we are on. So here we go. Edgar now needs to jump before he gets timed out. Double front roll, triple front roll there with the board off. Just about manages to get it there. And you can see, extremely stoked with that one. Gets the triple rotation as he goes up. There's the first, gets the board off, loops the kite. There's the second and the third. Just about gets that kite round in quick enough time to catch him. Big score coming in here for Edgar. So far is Zach Adams with an 8.70, which is the highest score of the heat so far. That kite loop front roll with the tic-tac, though, is coming in with the high 8s. Shahar now, trick attempt number 4. Shahar here using that contra loop now, taking the contra loop family. Lands it. As we see here, gets a nice bit of pop, front roll, board off with the contra loop. Continues those front rotations. And you'll wait and see on your screens after this replay, but we have a big score drop now for Edgar. So score for Edgar, looking up in the 9s. Zach Adams going left foot forwards. No loop. And there it is, a 9.03 for Edgar. You see here, Zach pops up, front roll with the board off. Was maybe looking to initiate the contra loop there, but I don't think he had enough height. Contra loop front roll, board off from Shahar. Andrea back roll, board off with another back roll. You see here, gets the takeoff, back rotation. Not the cleanest of takeoffs. Gets the board off, loops the kite as well. So double back roll board off there. Just looked like on the takeoff there, he just caught the wave as it was breaking. Also, doesn't look to be going on the last couple as big as what we saw Edgar go. So Edgar now currently in 3rd, but only had 2 tricks counting towards his score. And he's gone on hook, and he's going down. Edgar, amazing height here. Can he stick it? Yes, he can. And he's absolutely stoked. We knew that he was going to be doing some unhooked maneuvers, showing that freestyle, getting above the horizon line. And you can see here, passes the bar. Just swinging under the kite. And the 3rd score coming in for Edgar. Showing good variety. And I guess this is the bonus that you can have in running and having a big air comp in slightly, you know, when it's not 40 knots, you get to see moves like that. Because riders have got them in the locker. Being able to unhook. Shahar now, following Shahar from above. Front roll. Looking like maybe he wanted to try and get the board off there. Does initiate the contra loop. Let's just have a look at this one closer. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, he wanted to reach down and grab the board there, but... Yep, that's not going to be any additional advantage on his score. So all riders now, aside from Andrea, have 3 tricks counting. Zach Adams at the moment, front roll board of his lowest score, 2.83. Still in 3rd position. Has 2 biggies though, he's up in the 7s and the 8s. So Zach as well, coming in now, left foot forward, looking like he's going to engage. Yep, Kite's looking up. It's going back up to 12 o'clock. Here we go. Zach Adams, back roll, double back roll, board off with a contra loop and a board flip. And just about manages to get that board under his feet. You see here the back roll, pulls in the front hand, initiates the contra. There goes the board. Then he goes for the old flipperoo. Additional rotation and just about gets that board up on his feet. Riders pushing now. Nice move from Zach, but might be neglected with the height. Andrea struggling. Big crash as well for him there. Just looks like he's just struggling to get into rhythm here. Loses his back foot on the takeoff. Zach Adams has another score dropping. Currently Edgar out in front. With a 24.66. He's going to be the next rider to jump as well. So you can see now, bottom screen, green lycra. Edgar Ulrich. Gets the takeoff, does it? Front roll, kite loop. With an additional front roll as well. Tic-tacs there, grabs the lot. Oh, he's enjoying his time out there, Edgar. You can see he's enjoying it, having fun. Gets the tic-tac. And the additional grab just at the end. So pink flag is up with the green flag. So judges validating the score of Edgar's last trick. Riders currently on 9-meter kites. Wind is upwards of 30 knots now, but we're obviously in Brazil, so the air is not as sort of powerful, let's say. Going into the 6th round of tricks now, so 3 rounds of tricks left. Judges giving riders the additional attempt in the semi-finals and the final. Shahar here in 3rd place. Lowest score was that contra loop front roll board off. Shahar now going for, yes, tic-tac as well. Good distance, and Shahar there, definitely going to be looking at eliminating one of those lower scores. He has the kite loop back roll board off of a 6.93. You see here, gets the front roll board off, loops the kite. Nice amount of pull. And it's Zach Adams who's going to be next. Big score coming here for Shahar. That's why they're validating. That's why they're checking once again. We might see that quite a few times now as the moves are getting bigger, more technical. Riders really pushing the limits. Still waiting for scores for Shahar. Waiting for the scores to drop. Also for Edgar's last move. We watch the replay while we're waiting for Shahar's last move. This is what the judges are just going over. So Zach now. Looking like he wanted to take off, but also quite hard in the chop to get those landings, so you get those takeoffs synced up. Zach Adams now coming left foot forward. Goes up, front roll, board off, contra loop. But has the butt check there, as you see, just as he was riding out. So Shahar has a big score coming in now. You can see he's moved up to second place, the 8.80 for the kite loop front roll tic-tac. Here you see Zach trying to tick that contra loop value that he has already and make that a little bit higher. He's just bumped down to third. Andrea at the moment, the only rider without 3 scoring tricks. Does have a lot of work to do as well. He needs a 9.07 to go into second place. So Andrea really wants to try and improve on 2 scores. So he really does need to push it here. Riding that new Rebel D-Lab. You can see just checking over his shoulder, waiting and looking for the right kickers. But he's got to go now on this tack because he's got 50 seconds. Kicker lining up here for Andrea. Skips over it. Next one looks nice though. Goes over that one as well. And this is not a position that you really want to find yourself in when the dying seconds. He's going up. Back roll board off with the contra loop. Gets that board back on his feet just about. You can see doesn't look too phased. Goes to the back roll. Pulls on the front hand, gets the board off, contra loop, additional back rotation. So teammate Edgar now going for his 6th trick attempt. Zach Adams actually getting a nice score there. Contra loop front roll board off 6.90. So he is very close behind. Only 0.17 of a point behind Shahar. Contra loop back roll board off. He landed a 6.93. Remains in 4th place. Seventh attempt now. Edgar first, Shahar second, Zach in third. But even Shahar is only 1.71 point behind Edgar. Zach only 1.87. It's extremely close here. Anyone's game still. So Shahar now, 7th trick. And here we go, back roll, double back roll, board off, kite loop. Crash there for Shahar. And now we move over to Zach Adams. The door is well and truly open for Zach to get into one of those top 2 positions here. Lowest score for Zach at the moment was that previous contra loop front roll board off that he did. So we'll be looking to most likely go once again for that and try and push that into the 7s and the 8s. So we stay on Zach. Recently getting the call up for Copa as well in Cape Town in just a few weeks' time. But here he is in the semi-final here. Coming in left foot forward. Will he go left foot forward or turn around and go right? Looking like he's going to engage this way. Here we go, trying to get the back of that wave. Looking like he wanted to take off there. But he's going to probably have to go right foot forward now. So here we go, Zach. Waiting and looking for the kicker. Here we go. Back roll. Board off with an additional back roll. Kite loop as well. Can he get that board back on little grab as well on the way down? Very smooth there from Zach. Great distance travels. As you see here, back roll. Loops the kite. Gets the board off. With 2 additional back rotations and little tap of the board. Smooth landing for Zach there. Needed it. Will that be enough now to push him into 1st or 2nd? Andrea now, 4th place for him. Needs a biggie here. So Andrea now needs to be moving on this tack. Lowest score that he has is a kite loop back roll board off the 6.47. Look, finds his kicker, back roll, board off with an additional back roll. So he's going to go for that 6.47. He wants to try and get that score higher. Big score coming here for Zach. Keep your eyes on the score when it comes back up on the left. Just waiting for the final validation for both Andrea and Zach. Keep your eye. There we go. Zach Adams, 2nd place with an 8.10. He is now moved into the top 2. Edgar now, 7th trick attempt until we go into the final round of tricks. Back roll. Kite loop with a board off. Showing good style there, Edgar. Don't think that's going to be an improvement on any of his scores so far. Andreas had a score drop. But it's not enough. He still remains in 4th place. So last round of tricks here, and it is extremely tight at the top. Just look at those scores. Andrea, 21.11. And Edgar's in 1st with 24.66. So there's hardly anything in it. Left foot forward here for Shahar. Back roll. Board off with a kite loop. And that's going to be the end of the road for Shahar because he has crashed out there. So it's now between Zach, Andrea, and Edgar for who can get some of those top 2 places. Zach Adams bang on the 24. Edgar is on a 25.43. Andrea as well, 21.11. Okay, so Andrea's doing the chasing. Andrea needs a huge score. But if we're looking at Zach's score, the 7.20 that he has, the kite loop back roll tic-tac. So that's what he needs to really improve. That's his lowest score here for Zach. So keep an eye. Maybe he's going to go for that kite loop back roll tic-tac. Here we go, Zach Adams. He's got to move quick now. Red flag is still up. Okay, here we go, Zach. Got to jump now. 50 seconds is going up. Got to find this kicker, looking like he's going to engage. Zach Adams, kite goes to 12, back roll, board off with a kite loop. Additional tic-tac as well, so he has gone to try and improve that 7.20, but he's crashed out. So it all pretty much comes down to this now. Edgar is going to be making it through to the final. Andrea here to go into second place needs to find an additional 2.90 points on something that he has already. Lowest score he has was the last move, the 6.75 kite loop back roll tic tac. But it all comes down to this. Edgar's booked his place into the final already. Zach Adams just has to wait patiently on the beach. Edgar in first, Zach in second, Andrea in fourth at the moment, but he's got to go now. It's only 50 seconds. He's got to move fast. Tough here to pick and choose your takeoff zones. 50 seconds is nearly up now for Andrea. There's a little bit of a kicker here. Here we go. Goes up. Back roll, board off with a back roll. But I don't think that's going to be enough. You see the back roll here. Kite loop with the board off. Additional back roll. So I think Andrea here, just waiting for that last score to drop for Andrea. Back roll, board off. So that was exactly the same as what we just saw Andrea do. A little bit higher there from Edgar, but obviously didn't land it. The buzzer has gone. That's the end of the first semi-final here in Brazil. And I'm just waiting for that final score to be confirmed for Andrea. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. Edgar's going to go through in first. Joining Edgar, second place, we're going to be having Zach Adams. Semi-final 2 up next. Semi-final number 2, Jean Bohr, Samuel Bandelli, Finn Flugel and Lorenzo Casati. So next, who is going to be joining Edgar Ulrich and Zach Adams in the final? Plan after this semi-final will be to push and have a double back-to-back final with surfboard men and twin tip men. We'll be doing this heat, then we'll be moving over to the final of the surfboard men, and then we'll be pushing on to men's final in the twin tip division. So here we go. A kite loop back roll board off for Jean Bohr is going to be coming in and score. Samuel Bandelli going here, getting a clean takeoff, just a kite loop late back. Somehow manages to switch himself around there. But Samuel and Jean actually competing for the first time here on the GKA. Finn Flugel, back roll, board off. Ooh, nice kite loop there as well. Swings underneath the kite, gets caught. As we're going to watch the replay here, back rotation, couple of tic-tacs, and just covers more distance there. So Lorenzo Casati, first seed here in Brazil. Jeremy Belando obviously not competing here. He is the current 2024 Big Air World Champion. But this event here in Brazil actually counts for the 2025 season. Lorenzo there didn't get the best takeoff, but a great angle on the kite. As we watch the replay here, gets not the best takeoff, but front rotation, tic-tacs, additional front rotation. And the kite loop back roll tic-tac from Finn Flugel is coming in as a nice score as well. Keep your eye on the scoreboards. A lot's going to be changing there. As the first rider's jumps are going to be starting to go down. Every rider having landed their first attempt. So here we go, front roll with the loop as well. Jean now had a great performance a couple of days ago on his earlier rounds. Front roll, doesn't get the board off though. Samuel now. Slight delay on the scores just coming your way. So here we go. So scores have dropped. At the moment it's Finn Flugel who had the best first attempt. Nice kicker there. Nope, doesn't want it. Samuel now, there you go. 12 o'clock, front roll. With the board off as well. Was that a board flip that we saw? Oh, but it doesn't matter because it's a crash. Gets that front rotation. Yep, does flip the board. 5.50 there for Jean on the kite loop front roll. And now Finn Flugel ticking off the contra loop family. Nice little grab as well. Finn here, one of the younger, lighter riders in the fleet. So will that play an advantage, you know, just having a little bit more hang time? being able to go a little bit bigger. But he is just such a talented rider as well. One of the top riders in the freestyle division. And he's out here in the semi-final of this big air event. And rightly so, putting down an 8.37 for that contra loop back roll tic-tac, starting off his heat. Lorenzo Casati has a kite loop front roll board off. That was the 8.27 that he has. Here we go, kite loop, late back board off. Textbook there from Lorenzo. So good steady 30 knots out there at the moment. Okay, so just apologies on the slight delay there, or the quietness, shall I say. We've just got ourselves a rider coming in the booth for the men's surfboard final. And it's a goodie, let me tell you that. Gabriel Benetton, the current kite surf world champion, got that title over in Ibiraquera, will be joining me here for the men's big air surfboard division. Be great to have him in here, and then for the men's twin tip as well. We are hunting a rider down who's on the beach to join. But we're now on the third trick attempt. So where are we? So Lorenzo Casati put down a kite loop back roll tic tac, which was the 7. Finn Flugel, the contra loop front roll board off, 5.33. Kite loop front roll board off for Jean there, 4.17. So here he is, Finn Flugel, recently joining the Red Bull Germany team as well. Here we go, little kicker here. Doesn't want that one. There looks to be a nice kicker on the horizon. Yep, here we go. Finn Flugel, front roll. Kite loop with the board off. Big crash though there for Finn, just getting caught up and landing on a wave. Kite loop front roll with a flip there from Samuel, the 6.10. Riders at the moment on 9-meter kites. So Lorenzo now going to have to start. Finn has the crash. As Casati there, not going too big. Obviously prefers going left foot forward as well. You see here, back roll. Looping the kite, just a back roll kite loop there. Here we go, front roll, kite loop for Jean. Front roll rotation. Look, yet wanted to get the board as well, but wasn't able to. So we're now going on to trick attempt. Well, we're in trick attempt number 4. Samuel Bandelli here. After this round of tricks, we'll be halfway through this semi-final. And there we have a front kite loop, back roll board off, skipping along there. Samuel, very close on the landing. As we see the pop there. Loops the kite, gets the board off, initiates that back roll rotation. And just about gets it in time. If he was a meter or two back there, he would have probably ate it. Finn Flugel now, front roll with the board off and the loop. And there he is. 50 kilos there, just swinging around. As he goes up, front roll rotation, loops the kite, gets the board off. You think he's going to land there, but nope. Gets another 10 meters in distance. Okay, so Lorenzo Casati probably coming into the event was the rider to beat here, I would say. You know, he's had a fantastic year in 2024 with multiple event wins. And that's nice there from Lorenzo. All of a sudden sort of looked like he was getting that little uplift there. Timing it to perfection. Biggest one we've seen him so far as we watch. Gets the pop. Back roll with a board off. Additional back roll with the kite loop. Nice grab as well. Just got a great pop here. Look at that. Nice extension with the board off. Smooth landing. It's going to be good, that kite loop back roll board off from Lorenzo. So, yes, Lorenzo going back to it. Definitely the sort of the rider to beat. However, one rider in my eyes that's really setting the bar in these conditions at the moment is Edgar Ulrich. And also, I mean, Zach Adams seriously pushed hard in that last heat with some big scores up in the 8s. Edgar at the moment has the highest individual score of the day, up in the 9s. I believe it was the 9.03. Obviously has a very good freestyle background as well. We saw him with the Kung Fu pass. But it's anyone's game still. We've got 2 more spots to give. Lorenzo Cassetti currently in first place, 24.04. Jean at the moment in 3rd. Samuel Bandelli on your screen. He's the one in 4th place. Needs at least a 5.98 to go into 2nd. And here he is, going for that contra loop front roll board off. Following it with a crash. Finn Flugel now 2nd place. Also not too far off Lorenzo. But Lorenzo does have 2 big scores up in the 8s. One of them being that 8.77. Finn now. It's got to be fast. 50 seconds for each attempt. So 30 knots, pretty steady now. I mean, it's definitely a good day here in Brazil. We thought that the first day would be the good winds. We obviously had the women's as well. They had an amazing final. Great conditions here as Finn is just swinging around, but goes over the front. You know he's absolutely gutted with that. Back roll. Loops the kite, gets the board off. Another rotation in here. Look, just so much distance covering. And yeah, look. You can't believe it looking back to the beach. So scores now. No change just yet in the order. Lorenzo Casati. Fifth trick attempt. Let us know who you think is going to make it through in this semi-final. Who's going to be joining Edgar and Zach out of these 4 riders? Kicker coming up here. Back roll, double back roll, contra loop. Little bit out of control here for Lorenzo. It's not going to be any improvement to what he's already done. You see here, just didn't get crazy amount of height there. But just here, looking a little bit out of control on the way down. Ideally wanted to try and find that board off as well. So 6th trick attempt now. We got 3 attempts left. Jean here, needing to improve on his low score of a 5.50 for a kite loop front roll. But here going for the back roll rotation. Board off, looping the kite. The kite loop back roll board off he has is a 6.17. Ideally he wants to be trying to do that kite loop front roll. We'll tick another family with ideally the contra loop. So Samuel now. Front roll with a contra loop board off. Big landing there. You can see, yep, not going to count for him. Kite loop back roll board off. Coming in for Jean. It's gone up to he's staying in 3rd place. Alright, back roll with a contra loop and the board off. Finn here just about managing to get through there. Lorenzo Casati now. .04. I want to try and find out as well the previous total heat score that we saw Edgar do as we go for a lovely kite angle there. That was nice from Lorenzo. You can see here, lovely there. Technical. Nice couple of grabs. And we'll see. Well, his lowest score is a kite loop back roll tic-tac at the moment that we have for Lorenzo. Looking at the highest combined heat total score from Edgar in the last heat, it was 25.43. Casati currently on 24.04. So Samuel going for that contra loop board off as well. Adding in those rotations, you see here, back roll, putting on the front hand, there goes the board. So we're in trick attempt number 7 now. It's coming towards the end. Highest trick so far we've seen today was a kite loop triple front roll board off from Edgar Ulrich, 9.03. So that's where the bar's at. Casati, with that last move, I knew it was a good one. And it's going to be dropping. Keep your eyes on the screen. Yes, 9 for the kite loop front roll. Also with the flip as well. But the angle of the kite was very good as well. We're on 9-meter kites. That's what our riders are out there riding. So now Lorenzo Casati has the highest combined heat score, 26.04. We saw in the last heat that Edgar had 25.43. So now Casati putting his stamp down in this competition. Front roll, contra loop board off. But you can see just lacking a height there for Samuel. Really makes a difference if you're able to jump right foot forward and use those kickers to their advantage. However, Lorenzo's doing pretty well going left as well. Blue flag, Finn Flugel in second place still. Lowest score is a contra loop front roll board off, 5.33. Front roll, board off with the contra loop. So he's gone and done that move exactly. Loop was pulled a little bit late. You know, judges are looking for that critical kite angle. You can see here, just pulls the loop a little bit late. Let's say not in the critical section of the maneuver. It's going to score though. We're looking at probably improving that 5.33, bettering his chances to make it through to the final. It is going to improve just ever so slightly. It's a 5.87. So, Lorenzo Casati. Left foot forward, goes up, getting the height. You can see, just look at those tic-tacs, the skill. And he knows, he likes it as well. He's getting the height, finding the gears now. And probably will be booking his way into the final now after that heat, after that score. It's huge. Look at the multiple tic-tacs. Keeps it together on the landing. Front roll, pulls on the hand. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a biggie. It's going to be a biggie. Yes, it is. There you go. 9.43 from Lorenzo Casati there. Kite loop front roll tic-tac. He's going to be going through to the final. That's nice from Jean as well. Oh, no, but he can't get that board back on his feet. You can see he's absolutely fuming. Jean there had a chance to go into second. It comes down to this now for Samuel, whether it's going to be Lorenzo and Samuel or Lorenzo and Finn. It's got to be big. He needs to improve. It's got to be that contra loop front roll board off, unless he knows he can score up in the 8s with something else. He needs a 2.86 in addition to his 4.83. So we're looking at around the low 7. Here we go, last trick attempt for Samuel. Got to go soon, he's got to go here, nice kicker. Doesn't want it. It may be here. Goes back, no, it's not going to be it. I mean, incredibly impressive to get that foot back on. It's a crash, so there you go, Lorenzo and Finn. They're going to be your finalists, joining Zach Adams and Edgar Ulrich. Finn Flugel now, last trick attempt, but probably knows maybe by his caddies on the beach he's going to be in the final. So now everyone, we know our finalists. Edgar, Zach, Finn, Lorenzo. Finn here, just going for a straight jump. He knows he's in the final. First big air comp for Finn. First final. How about that? Such a talented rider. And Lorenzo Casati here. Can't imagine he'll be going for anything too fancy. Last trick of the heat. Half 12 in the afternoon here in Brazil. What a show we're seeing today. We were apprehensive that maybe we were going to be on the lighter wind side, but it's good. We're getting some good breeze today. And Lorenzo just taking it easy there as well. So there we have it. Lorenzo there on your screen and Finn in the final, because first we're going to be going back to the surfboard division. World champion for the men's surfboard division in 2024 is to be crowned next. Don't go anywhere.
Just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
Just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
So here we go, men's final for the surfboard division. Camille Denemois, Lorenzo Casati, Keanu Merton and James Carew. And joining me is our new 2024 kite surf world champion, Gabriel Benetton. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Feels good to be here watching this show. We have super strong winds here today. Epic day for the final.
Yeah, it's good. Finally, we're getting that wind. I mean, yesterday was a little bit on the lighter side, but I mean, for you, obviously, Brazil's home. What are the conditions like out there?
Yeah, that's the classic wind we have here in Jerry. Like this time of the year, usually it's just every day like this, you know. And it's around 30, 35 knots on maximum gusts. Feels good for big air, you know. It's onshore winds, you can get those kickers like really good. So guys are going to put a show for us.
And Lorenzo Casati's just come off the water from in the semi-finals of a twin tip there, crashing out there, but hasn't had much break.
Yeah, there was a kite loop, late back row, technical trick on the strapless, really hard one. Oh.
And any reason why you're not out there and competing in this big air? Any decision on that?
After the world title, I was a bit like, I need to take a break. You know?
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And the guys are pushing big air a lot, so I like to watch big air now.
Here we go.
Piano, boog loop. Yeah, boog loop. Good one.
Yeah. So, I mean, really the man to beat at the moment, putting the big scores together, has been James Carew. I mean, he's in both of his heats, I think he scored over 30 in a combined heat total score. It's going to be 10 attempts in the final here for our surfboard riders, and I believe they're going to have 5 tricks counting. Yeah,
let's see. I think Lorenzo or Keanu can surprise as well, you know. They have a lot of technical tricks as well, but let's see.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's going to be 10 attempts, I was correct there, but it's going to be 4 tricks counting.
James, back row, shove it, contra loop.
Very nice there from James.
Yeah.
Good height. You see here, popping up nicely there.
Highest trick of the heat so far. Power.
And how technical and how difficult is it to do those shove it moves at the top of the jump there?
It's hard. Especially with this, you know, choppy a lot. You need to really focus on getting that board on the shove it. It's a hard trick for sure, especially with a contra loop. They will put a good score for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be coming around sort of the 8 mark at the moment.
Yeah.
But we're seeing no scores finalised just yet, as you can see on your screens. But we're quite lucky we can sort of see them coming in as they get put into the system. But yeah, as you mentioned, around the 30 to 35 knot range. So it's nice and strong. Crowds are building on the beach. We've got this men's surfboard final, and then we'll be going over to the men's twin tip final. But good to see Camille back in action as well.
Yeah, exactly. Camille rides really good, you know, but he just took a time off the competitions, and feels good to see him back. Oh, that's a big back row kite loop. Yeah, landed really good.
Yeah, very familiar with the conditions as well from prior.
Yeah, he lives here. He knows this like no one else, you know.
Yeah.
Kites here every day, so. And you can see on his riding, he just lands basically all the tricks he tries here, so he's super constant.
So Lorenzo now crashed out on that first trick, and he'll be looking to get a score on the boards, but yeah, nothing validated just yet. We have a kite loop tic-tac from Camille and a kite loop back roll board off. Also from Keanu, we have a kite loop front roll with a rodeo. And James with that nice contra loop that we saw. So here we go, Lorenzo Casati, trick attempt number 2.
I think he's going for the late back row again.
Yeah, he likes to do it this side. Kite loop.
No, went for shove it, kite loop.
And landed.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't have much time at all between the two heats.
I think he's not really finding the pop right there.
Very tough though, finding that pop going left foot forward here, not using the waves.
Yeah, it's hard. You have a lot of current as well together with the wind, so it gets hard. We have some scores. Highest score of the heat so far is James.
Yeah, with the 8.
Yeah. But Camille has some solid ones as well. 7 and 6. That's good to start the heat.
Yeah, how important is it getting those early scores locked in as well?
Yeah, it gives you more confidence, you know, to try like your best tricks on the last one. So it's really important to build a solid start, and then you just start pushing, and trying to improve on that. I really like to compete on that way. I like to start with 2.6, 2.7s, and then we
And then
start
you go.
to boom 8, 9. That's the game.
So, James now, second trick for him. But we got back roll, shove it there with the kite loop.
Oh, missed the board.
Did miss the board there. So, crash for James.
Yeah. Oh, I just missed the board. That's why this shove it trick it's so technical. If you do like a little bit thing wrong, you miss the board and the whole trick is gone. Super technical.
Camille. Third trick for him. 2 scores on the board already. Hasn't put a foot wrong in this final so far. Gets a good pop there.
That's a front row.
Oh, looking like maybe he wanted to get a contra in there as well.
Yeah, we didn't have the kite loop on this one, so don't think the judges will score that
No.
good. That's more like a strapless freestyle move.
Yeah,
than
nice board
big
flip there
air.
as well.
Yeah.
We did see Camille try the first ever contra loop backboard off rewind, but it wasn't adequately landing
Yeah,
in his
that's.
last one. So it did
sick.
penalise. So hopefully maybe he's going to attempt that again.
I think he's going for that again for sure.
Lorenzo has a 5.87 for that kite loop shove it board off.
Let's see. Oh, that's better. More powerful. I like it. I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, I remember as well seeing Lorenzo on the surfboards compete in Silt this year.
Yeah, he was
That event was wild.
killing it. And we had proper conditions this year.
It's like 40 knots.
Yeah, it was crazy. I really love that trick from Lorenzo. It's really hard to have this like front row on the strapless. It's such a different rotation, so judges will like that one for sure.
Yeah, scores are coming in. They're looking good as well.
Yeah, we have a 8.
You can see their pink flag is going up, so they are validating scores that are coming in. Wind is actually starting to pick up as well. Is that normally the effect that we see here?
Yeah, that's normal for Preya. The wind starts around 10, 11, and it just starts to build after like 1 o'clock. It really starts to pump, you know, and it pumps until sunset.
Yeah.
We have such a special place here to have like this type of wind every day. You know, you can get so constant and so good if you want. You know, if you train for that, you have a lot of opportunities to train.
There's not many places like it, is there?
Nah.
This time of year when you're in board shorts, wind's blowing every single day.
Yeah, I just love here. Spend like I live here basically as well, like full months here, so really good place to train.
Keanu going for a kite
that's
loop.
high. Oh,
Board off with a
double
flip.
flip. Oh,
God, this kid, man.
look how he got on that last flip.
So loops
Look.
the kite. Doesn't get a
One
crazy amount of
flip,
height.
and he went for the second flip and got. Oh, that's sick.
It's like he,
That was really technical. I like it.
yeah, and we see there big score from Lorenzo. As you mentioned about that front roll rotation that he had, about being so technical. Well, the judges
Yeah.
have rewarded it with an 8.07.
Yeah, that front row is super technical.
Kite loop here for
Oh,
James.
that's high.
Big one here.
Oh.
Lots of travel distance.
That was good. Best trick of the heat so far.
We watch the replay here. Goes for the shove it.
Boom.
Boom, loops the kite. Gets a nice bit of a yank as well, and
Yeah.
plenty of travel distance.
He found a good pop and a good gust, so judges will like that one for sure.
So Camille. Left foot forwards. Here we go. Gets the pop. Back roll.
Contra loop.
Contra loop.
Land that one. But he didn't got the height I think he wanted, so
No, I mean the height as well is a huge factor for this big air division, what the judges were saying is they want to really see height and amplitude. They want to see the technical side of it as well, but really it needs to be nice and explosive. And if they're not met with the technical factor, then big scores won't be thrown down.
We have almost a 9-point rise for James, so the last trick from here was really solid. Let's see what Lorenzo have for us now. Oh, he found a good pop. Oh, back row contra loop. Good height. Ah, no. It's so tricky here on this onshore wind, you know. He landed the trick and there was like a wave in front of him and he just gets a little bit of unstable. So.
Yeah, so it's going to be 4 tricks counting. Remember, the only person to have 4 tricks at the moment is Camille, where there's only been 4 trick attempts. He's landed every single one of them so far.
Yeah. He's really constant here. He's solid. Keanu, back row, contra loop, flip. Really good one.
So Keanu got that 7.40 last time. We see an 8.80 from James.
Solid scores, huh?
Very solid indeed.
James again. It's a front row.
With a contra.
Oh, land as well.
Always just makes the landings look so easy, James. You see here, front roll, contra loop. I love all the time as well. Just how like he really extends himself.
Yeah.
And he's like a ruler.
You just show a lot of control with that, you know, for the judges.
Yeah.
You show that you know what you're doing, so solid. Let's go, Camille. I think Camille is going for a kite loop late back now. Let's see.
Kite loop, yeah.
Late back.
Called it.
Oh, that was high. Ooh.
Obviously, the perception of where we're filming from as well. We're sort of filming down on the spot because where we are in the booth, and
he got a good gust on this one.
he did.
Unfortunately, at the end, he got a little bit. But I think the judges will like that one because of the height. So let's see the scores.
No, Ryder definitely going a little bit higher than what it actually looks like on your screen.
Let's see Lorenzo now.
It's 3rd place at the moment.
Lorenzo has a solid 8, so he can still push that.
There you go, kite loop late
For
back.
the late again. Yeah.
Not a lot of height.
Landed really good, but it wasn't high, so.
Yeah, not the height there. So Lorenzo there, 5th trick attempt.
Yeah, judges gave us 6.6 for the last one from Lorenzo.
So Keanu now, kite loop
Oh,
late back.
high one. Oh, no.
Yeah, that would have scored nicer than the one we saw from Lorenzo there, which was a 4.95. So Lorenzo actually in 1st place at the moment, but James still has. I mean, look at James'
James
scores.
has 3
3.8.
scores and he's getting it, so would be really hard to take this one out from James now because he has 3 super solid scores, and for sure he's going to put at least one more. Got a good gust now.
Yeah, nice from James. Good height.
Wow,
Couple tic tacs.
that's like a rewind tic tac. He's putting a lot of variations as well, so judges like that.
Yeah, he is the man to
And
beat at the moment.
he's getting the high. You see, he goes for like a rewind tick.
So technical to
Yeah.
be able to just do that up there.
Just different from what everyone does. So.
And to land with that much speed as well, but
Yeah.
be in control. Yeah, it's coming in. And might see another 8 as well here from James.
That's solid. 4-8 on the final. That's really solid.
Yeah, Camille as well is putting some big scores in.
I think if James throw another 8, he becomes like almost unbeatable now.
Yeah, it gets hard, doesn't it? But Camille here going for that contra loop as well.
Tic tac. Whoa.
Whoa. Close there.
Contra
Sort of a
yeah.
back roll here into the contra loop with the board spin, sorry, tic tac.
We have a 7.4 now for James. Oh,
James
that's a
probably going to
solid
be
score.
very solid score. But then he'll be wanting to improve on that 7.4 for sure, get up in the 9s maybe.
Yeah.
Lowest score for Lorenzo at the moment, 4.95 for that kite loop back roll board off.
Lorenzo needs to put a solid 1 now if he wants to get James.
Yeah, I mean James is at the moment
Yeah,
32.33s. He is miles ahead at the moment, but they are still all having 4 attempts left.
Don't know for which trick Lorenzo's going now. Let's see. Maybe a doobie loop? I don't know.
Here we go.
No.
Back roll kite loop.
Kite loop.
So Lorenzo just coming in there. Apologies if you just heard the music kicking off. But we're back in action now.
Let's go, Keanu.
Back
Kite
roll.
loop. Back
Kite loop.
rodeo. High
Good.
one.
Yeah, nice as well.
Yes.
Plenty of power shown there.
He looks super overpowered. I like to see that type of riding. Goes, boom. Judges will like that one.
Yeah, Casati here putting down his 4th trick attempt of a 5.17. James now, 6th trick attempt. Good height. Loses the board though.
He was going for the back row shove it contra loop.
Interesting, because that is actually an 8 at the moment. So here we go. Camille, lovely there. Nice
Oh,
loop.
high one.
Yeah, very high one. Nice
I
landing.
like that one.
And you can see they're stoked as well.
Yeah. Solid one. He found the Gus.
Goes up.
Oh. That's solid. That's going to be above 8 for sure. That's like a front row, board off, and then kite loop. Really solid trick.
Yeah, I mean, he's at the moment, Daz in that 4th position. Technically, it was all there, but did it have that height and amplitude that the judges are looking for?
Yeah.
It's a decent score, but it's not going to be enough to do too much damage to James.
Yeah. I think now they're battling for 2nd and 3rd because James just went to the moon with this car. So.
Yeah, it's tough to chase someone who's got, well,
like,
pretty much nearly a 9 in one of them as well.
Everyone needs to throw like 3 solid tricks in a row now, so.
But now we're looking at the change of scores now. Camille's gone from 4th to 2nd with that 7.07.
It's good.
So that's rewarded there.
Oh!
Good kite angle.
That was good. Good kite angle, good height.
Yeah, looking to do that kite loop back roll board off there. He wants to improve that score.
He's going to improve.
Yeah, on that 5.17.
For sure, yeah.
Doesn't need a lot to bump himself into 2nd place as well. So, Keanu, Contra loop. Coming in with too much speed there. Crash for him. We're on trick attempt number 7. Coming in. 10 attempts it is. 4 are going to be counting. All the caddies down on the beach. Really nice one coming in here for Lorenzo as well. That kite loop backroll board off of a 5.17 is looking to be eliminated with a 7.10. Pushes Camille now back down into third. Lorenzo and Camille, there's only 0.08 worth of a point between the two of them.
That's close. Oh, James.
It's good from James.
That's
Contra.
high. Oh my God.
No way! How the hell has he managed to ride out of that one there? You can see there the crowd loving it.
That's going to be above 9.
Yeah, for sure. The height was there. We watched it again. He pops up.
That was like
Loops the contra.
Contra tic-tac.
With the tic-tac, yeah. The landing here.
High.
Unbelievable. Guy's a beast. That's what they want to see. Extension of the body as well. Loops the kite. Tic-tac.
That's... Look, scars are coming.
Yeah, they're looking big. They're hefty. Hefty ones coming in.
That was insane from James.
So there you can see Team Delanois by the looks of things down there. You can see, yeah, green flag and the pink flag is up. So they're just waiting for some scores to come in.
That was a crazy trick.
Yeah.
I think I never saw this trick on strapless. That's insane. Oh,
Don't think it's going to be the perfect 10, but it's not going to be far off. Keep your eyes on it. James's score will definitely be increasing.
This score will be super high. Let's see Camille.
Camille, oh no, it doesn't.
Just misses the pop. It's really hard to time the pop here.
Yeah, especially in the chop.
Yeah, yeah. You need to find the guts together with the right kick here, so. The last score from James going to be high.
Yeah, hasn't been validated just yet.
Yeah.
But Camille now.
Finds a really good gust.
But yeah, no loop.
Yeah. I think this is
The
not,
vibes are there down there, but
I think this is
contra
not
loop,
going
front
to
roll,
change a
tic-tac.
lot.
James Kuru, yeah, it's coming in now.
Oh, we have a 9.57 for James.
Yeah, it's going to be big with 3 attempts left as well for all of these riders.
I think James just comboed everyone. Because guys need to like restart the heat if they want to get James now.
Yeah. Yeah, Camille, they're trying to get some feedback. You can see white flag now up for Camille. So they're validating his last score as well. We see here. So 2 scores at the moment still waiting to come in. As you said, James, this is looking to be around that mid 9s. Judges taking their time, and rightly so, because we're coming into the second stage now of this final. So much at stake. It's a waiting game now here in Jericho Acquire. Pink flag is up. 8 trick attempts now for riders. Total of 10. Who's going to be winning the event and getting a table at Cafe Jerry later tonight? Just watching the replay here. I believe this was that trick that we saw Camille attempt in that last heat and actually get deducted on the points.
Yeah.
So 2 scores still need validating. First one is from James, second one is from this guy on your screen, Camille. So we're very much playing a waiting game like you at home. Day number 4 here for the GKA Big Air World Cup in Jericoacoara, Brazil. For the surfboard, this is going to be crowning our world champion for 2024. But for twin tip, however, it is the first event of the 2025 calendar year.
We have
And there you go.
9.57 for James.
Huge score from James there. 9.57. We also have some scores coming in now for Camille. Waiting for the last validation on those. Huge from James there. 32.33 combined heat total. Sorry, 34.50. Camille now 6.50.
Camille goes to second now.
Yeah, he's in second place.
Yeah.
Only by 0.11 of a point.
Ooh.
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo,
Back roll shove it, kite loop.
it's good. Not that high, but I think he's
Funny now,
trying.
the level's so high that a trick like that isn't going to quite
exactly. But I think he's trying to change that 6 or that 5.
do it. Yeah, he's got 2 scores really that he needs to try and
Yeah.
eliminate. One of them is that kite loop shove it board off.
Yeah, yeah.
The other one is the contra loop back roll board off.
And I think he will improve on that one for sure. Here we have Leonardo, his brother with him.
Up and coming, yeah. I mean, already taking the heat. Leonardo Lorenzo here, looking at the scores. It's coming in now for Lorenzo. So I like this though. Judges taking their time now, and right, you know, it's nice that they're able to do that. Conditions are here; they're not going anywhere, and just making sure that the right scores are being put down.
This is a close one.
It's
Battle
super,
between
super close
second
battle.
and third. It's like details now.
Blue flag now. Keanu Merton. Here we go.
There we have Lorenzo now is second, huh?
Potentially, we'll be looking at going that
Yeah.
way. Keanu actually in 4th position here. Had a crash on the last one. So here we go. Keanu, yeah, lacking height there.
Going for that double back row contra loop. Technical trick, but we didn't got the height.
No, he does have a 5.93 Keanu, which is what he's probably trying to eliminate. You're right in Lorenzo popping now back up to second.
Yeah.
I don't think there's been more than a point between Camille and Lorenzo throughout this
Yeah.
whole heat.
Now if Camille wants to beat Lorenzo, he needs to change that 6.5. And I think that's his plan now. Oh, James.
James going so much bigger than the rest.
My God.
Making it look so easy on the landing as well.
And he lands like nothing's happening.
Angle of the kite on the loop as well. The height, the power, all being shown here.
And he's going to improve again on that score. He's going like double the height of everyone else.
And
That's
also he's jumping,
crazy.
he's not even using the kickers, he's still
Yeah.
jumping left foot forward, which is
Yeah.
even more impressive.
Yeah, it's just solid.
Yeah. So here you can see pink flag is up once again, validating the scores. Scores coming in. It's going to be up in the high 8s, early 9s. Some biggies coming our way. What is his lowest score that he has? Well, it's the one that he opened up with, which was that contra loop, back roll, shove it. But this one's looking even better than we thought originally.
Wow. James just
In
won.
complete driving seat at the moment. Already has one hand on the trophy.
Yeah.
So here we go, Camille. Score waiting to be validated for James. It is looking very good. But Camille now, 9th trick attempt. So we're in the last 2 rounds of tricks.
Camille needs to improve on that 6.5.
Yeah, that was the last trick he did.
He's going to improve for that. If he wants to beat Lorenzo. Let's see.
0.87's worth of a point behind. That's better from Camille.
Oh!
With the flip.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That land. I think he will not get on this one.
So there we have it. We've got a score that has dropped. I can see you in the comments. You thought that 9.57 was good. A 9.93 from James has just dropped.
We have three judges gave a 10-point ride for that one. That's solid.
35.63 now for James. Look at those scores.
Unbeatable.
Two scores over 9.5 back to back.
That's insane.
So here we go. Lorenzo. 9th trick attempt. Wind's picking up now. You can see it on the water. Although it just says the wind speed down the left, you've got to take that with a pinch of salt, like I've said before, because it's windier than 25 knots.
We have a solid 30 knots now out there. James is just going high.
Yeah, he's going huge.
Yeah.
So here we go, Lorenzo. Trick attempt number 9. Got about 50 seconds for each trick attempt.
Let's see. Oh, he found a good kicker. Whoa, that's really
Lorenzo,
high
that's
fly.
more like it from Lorenzo Casati. Unbelievable. One person that would have wanted to see that is Camille.
Yeah. Now we get a bit tricky for Camille because that was high.
Yeah.
That was the same height as James' trick, so.
Yeah, Keanu Merton as well, currently in 4th place, will be the next rider to jump. He still does have a chance as well. He's not far off 2nd place.
Yeah, if he changed that 5.9, he can get. But I think that one from Lorenzo will be a solid one.
Yeah, it's going to be a biggie.
It will just improve. Let's go, Keanu.
Nice there. A little bit late on the loop.
Yeah. Oof. The difference between Lorenzo and Keanu's contra loop now was the time that he pulled the kite loop, you know. Keanu just waited a lot, so he didn't got the yank, you know, that Lorenzo got. So it looks like the trick was a bit lower, like not that power.
And now we have a score dropped from Lorenzo, 8.47 for that contra loop back roll board off.
Yeah.
So he has just gone a little bit further ahead into 2nd place now. Can't get too comfortable though. Here we go, James. Once again, what's he going to deliver for us?
Back. Oh. My God.
So technical. How the hell does he get that board on his feet at last minute?
That was a double front row contra loop. So we have front row, then he goes for the contra loop, and then late front. Wow. I think no one ever done this trick.
You'd think that that's glued to his feet. Keanu Dow does eliminate, as you mentioned, Gabriel, that 5 that he had, that 5.93. He's done a 6.07, but he remains in 4th place. James is going to be, I think he's going to be going even higher on the scoreboard. As you said.
Let's see what Camille throws now.
Yeah, last trick, final round of
Yeah.
tricks.
He's going.
He's going for a more of a freestyle.
Yeah, I don't know how the judges are going to. It's a super technical trick, really hard to be done, but I don't know if they're going to score because of, you know, we didn't have the kite loop and the judges are looking for that.
Yeah,
bow,
when it's
for that
like
high.
this.
Yeah. My God, we have another 9-point ride for James.
Yeah. 9.07 for James. So that's 3 scores now that are up in the 9s. The guy is taking the absolute mickey.
She just has 36.5 out of 40.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Just went
crazy
perfect.
good.
Lorenzo
here again.
Kite loop, shove it, flip.
Very nice from him. I mean, he's I think fair enough to Lorenzo here. 30.47 with the total score for Lorenzo. He is in 2nd place. Keanu Merton is the only person that can jump up into 2nd I mean, or first, but no. He's got a lot of work to do. .36.57 for James.
Let's go, Keanu.
Here we go.
Going for
nice.
the doobie. Yeah, that's it. Wow.
Very well landed there. He loves it as well.
I like it.
7.43 for Lorenzo there.
And we had the high on that one. I like it. We had the power of the kite.
Yeah, good travel distance as well.
That's like a doobie loop. That's solid. Really technical as well. You need really need to time the kite.
Tell you what, it's a big score. It's a big one coming our way.
Yeah. He can still get Camille, no?
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure. No, it's all possible. Lorenzo, seconds. Camille's done now.
Yeah, it's done.
He's in
huh?
third place at the moment.
Oh, we have.
It's a big score coming here for Keanu, though. I do think it's going to switch the place of third and fourth.
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to get ahead of Lorenzo? There's also that possibility.
I think.
It's going to be tight. Keep your eyes on the score for Keanu.
I think on the last score, Keanu just got on the podium with that one. Let's see what the judges think about that, but my opinion was really solid.
So here we go. Final trick going to be coming up from James very shortly.
I'm curious on that last score from
Yeah,
Keanu.
I want to see how it's going to mix things up a little bit.
I think we're going to have a change on that.
James now.
Oh,
Oh, he knows it.
oh, he goes for the doobie as well.
Tries to land.
At the end.
But that will be a crash. Okay, so don't go anywhere. We are going to be staying here.
We have a 9.
We have a 9 coming in for Keanu.
He goes third. Oh,
He goes third.
At the last trick of the heat, Keanu got the third place. That's.
So there we have it. Your champion, your 2024 GKA Big Air Surfboard Men's Champion is none other than James Carew. Absolutely from start to finish, nailed everything with 3 9-point rides or more. I mean, absolute joke here for James.
Yeah, that was a solid hit for him.
Yeah, incredible riding.
Super constant. He just had 8, 8, 8, 9, 7. His worst score was a 7.4. That's insane.
And then we'll just get the final official results for the remaining positions, because there were 2 big scores there landed from both Lorenzo and Keanu on the last trick attempt. So it's going to be switching things up, but here we go. Tour manager Tom Hartman with the Aussie flag. And you know here, you can see it, smiling on the face. And we have our winner here in Jericoacoara, Brazil, James Carew.
just missed my flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
This is a dream come true.
Okay, we're back in business. So it's the men's big air twin tip final heat. Number 1 here, Zach Adams, Finn Flugel, Edgar Ulrich and Lorenzo Casati. And I'm also joined by not one but 2 of our top female big air athletes in the world, Zara and Pippa. Hello, thank you for joining me.
Hello, pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's sick. It's gonna be a sick final. I think it's the most windy, to be honest, that we have had in the event. I'm really looking forward to what the guys can pull off. I think they're mostly on 9s or 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what they are on. I think Lorenzo is on a 9-meter peak. It's a new kite that's not out yet from Haarlem. It's a bit like a Rebel 5 strut. Edgar is on the 9-meter Rebel D-Lap. Finn also 9-meter Rebel D-Lap, and Zach, don't know the name of the kite.
Yeah,
but
the
it's,
slingshot code, I think it is.
Code NXT.
Yeah, it's a 9-meter also.
So just talk to Pippa, just talk to the guys tuning in. What's the conditions like out there? You've obviously been out there doing a bit of caddying work and watched that final there.
Yeah.
What can we expect? What are the conditions like?
As we can see in the heat is actually we are live right now, and left on the bottom you see the wind speed is around 26 to 32 knots, and Zach is gonna go out first, skipping over the waves, gonna find a nice takeoff, and yeah, it's really, he needs to make sure that's a good one because it's a final, so you need to push out the best tricks you can.
And talk about a good one.
Oh, adding the little grab on the end will show control, so the judges like that for sure.
Perfect. So anyone that's tuning in as well, we'll be taking you through this live final. Fire some questions your way. We've got Zara and Pippa here joining for the whole final. And who's your money going to be on? Are we going to see Edgar go through? We had a big heat total score with Edgar in his semi-final. But like that, Zach, Finn and Lorenzo also pushing. Zara, what do you make of that first move with Zach there, showing good control with the tic-tacs as well?
Yeah, that's gonna score well.
Got Finn Flugel now, yeah, so scores now in. We've got an 8.80 for Zach on that first kite loop front roll tic-tac.
Here's Finn going.
And just remind yourself, guys, Finn is like super young, just sponsored by Red Bull, which is really sick. Congrats on that, Finn. A nice opening trick, I would say. I think what my tactic would be to have the first 2 tricks like really steady and solid, so you have like a good opening, and then you can take more risk.
It's actually Finn's first GKA Big Air event and his first Big Air final, which is pretty sick.
Well, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no, he's over there on the freestyle, obviously, and has pretty much up in the top 5 for freestyle, as we have here.
Going for the back roll, kite loop, laid back board off with 2 added rotations, really sick. I really think like Edgar's style is, for me, it's amazing to watch, and yeah, all the guys in the final, they deserve it so much. The level's gonna be really close, I think.
Yeah, so powerful.
Look how he turns his head around to make sure to get into that good rotation and going for those 2 added ones, spotting the landing, and very clean.
So that's the first trick attempt done there for Edgar. Scores still dropping for Finn and for Edgar. And then we've got Lorenzo Casati, who's been very busy today, up in semi-finals and finals, obviously for the surfboard as well, finishing 2nd there. And he's now out in the twin tip men's final. So he'll be jumping last in sequence. We're going to have 8 trick attempts, 3 of which are going to be counting here for this final in Jericoacoara, Brazil.
Yeah, Lorenzo's a real waterman, opening up.
Sick kite angle.
Yeah, really sick. He is going to the inside though, so it's a little bit harder to get the same height as the other guys. Unfortunately, it crashed for him, but we have 8 attempts and the 3 best are counting, so there's plenty of time to make up for that. I think they are honestly all looking for that top spot. Lorenzo, yeah, as you say, is a real waterman. He is competing the whole day already. Probably a bit cooked, but he can pull it off for sure.
So 2 scores now, also dropping Finn there, 8.3, Edgar 8.23.
It's also Zach's first final. He's just super happy to be in it. I said, are you nervous? He's like, no, I just want to enjoy. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Back roll, taking off the board. Tick-tock.
We're seeing a lot of tic-tacs in these lighter winds as well, especially.
But
nice little
it's
grab.
Important to know, if you take the board off by the handle and then do a tic-tac, you will get scored higher because by the handle it's just a bit easier than over the fin.
So Finn now, 2nd trick attempt for him. What's he got? Front roll.
Doobie board off. Oh, tough landing on the wave. Still smiling though.
So that'll be a crash for Finn.
Yeah, it's hard to land with a chop.
I was going to say, what about the takeoff? You know, obviously going right foot forward, you do have that advantage, let's say, of really using their kickers to the max.
Yeah, for sure. If you find the right kicker, it's gonna you're gonna have a very vertical takeoff, but it's hard to land because there's not much space between the kickers.
And the other thing as well, what I felt, there was a lot of current. It looks like there's a lot of current today as well, because to the right you can have a lot of forward speed, and to the left maybe more vertical takeoff. But it really depends on how the current, which way it goes. But it's high tide right now, so I suppose it's the same as yesterday.
So Edgar now, second trick attempt for him. 8.23 opening up with. I mean, look at those first scores from all those first three riders. Zach, Finn and Edgar all scoring up in the 8s on that first trick attempt they had. Lorenzo just crashing his first trick, but Edgar now, second trick attempt.
Oh, good takeoff. Jesus, what rotations. Oh, and lands it. That is sick. He's for sure happy with that one. It's crazy because it didn't seem that windy, but the power he puts in the rotations, he just speeds it up because he knows if you go a bit lower, you need to rotate faster. Really extending his leg, taking the board on at the last minute, which is showing a lot of control as well.
Yeah, he's got such a unique style, Edgar.
Yeah.
You can see there when the pink flag goes up with the rider's lycra colour, it just means our judges are validating those scores. Just taking a little bit longer to review the trick.
They're looking at kite angle, speed in, speed out, height,
Extremity.
and clean landings.
It's like you know it off the back of your heart.
Do we have any questions from the people watching at home? Everyone, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate the support. So keep the comments coming and the hype as well.
Yeah, so far no questions. Just Pippa goes full commentator mode right off the bat. Straight away from O'Reilly. Zach attack. Got a lot of Zach Adams fans as well.
Okay, Lorenzo's up next.
Hopefully he can get a score in right now. Going on the inside again.
Whoa, the kite angle!
Oh shit.
Not quite getting the height though.
Yeah, but it's super tough to go on the inside, I think. Going for back roll. Here you can see the lines are like straight with him, so that's why the kite is so low. And here just not enough height to get into the head rotation, taking the board on. Otherwise they would have, it was not the highest, but the kite angle was so leveled, so we would have scored high. So that's going to be tricky for Lorenzo. I think it's always, for an athlete, to start off with 2 crashes is a bit tough. But usually we get 7 attempts, and now we get 8 for the semis and the final. So it will give you a bit more room to crash. But still, it's it's a challenging position. Zach going for the shark attack.
Put in the contra loop.
Oh, going with the back. But it's really good that he like binned it like that and not trying to land very forced on the board, because like that, I think if he would not turn his back, he would crash fully on the board with his knees.
Yeah, so he's got a kite loop back roll tic-tac of 7.87 and a kite loop front roll tic-tac, which was that 8.80. That's exactly how he opened up his semi-final as well, Zach. And then Finn obviously crashing his second, but opened up nicely with a contra loop back roll tic-tac.
Was it a shark attack actually?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You
As you
right.
can see, the wind gets a bit more stable. Before it was 26, 32, and now it's getting, oh, never mind. It is unstable.
Yeah, it is really gusty. The other riders were also complaining about it before.
Finn going, oi. No
And
way!
that's a freestyle background.
Turning into rep, which is really technical. He's a freestyler too. Finn is an amazing athlete, competing in all the disciplines almost.
Yep.
And here you can see why is it wrapped, because he turns his front leg into the back and then sticking it to the front again. And look at that. So sick.
So creative there for Finn. Not going to be one of the bigger scores though. Obviously,
it
judges
shows
really wanted that power.
a lot of technical, but we know that the judges, they put height first. Edgar going for the dangle. Oh, KGB, was it?
Yeah.
No
yes.
way!
Edgar
Wait,
Ulrich.
I missed the takeoff a bit, so I have to see.
Well, we're going to see the replay here.
That was insane.
So
here you can
takeoff.
see taking off with a back roll, kite looping, going for the backside handle pass with another rotation. So it's a KGB kite loop with another rotation. That's insane. I think this has never been done in a comp before.
There we go. Watching once again. Edgar
Here
passes
going
the
with
bar.
backside and falling into that rotation, adapting super quick.
Claims it straight away.
That is cool. I think that's really good that he does this because it's now a bit lighter wind. So for sure, this is a good trick to have in the bag as well.
Yeah, it's looking good as well. It's going to be up in the 9s.
I think so too. A 9.3, I guess.
One more replay here in super slow-mo. Gets good amount of height. And claims it. And rightly so, because it's looking big. So Lorenzo Casati, as you already mentioned there, Pippa, as well, hasn't actually landed a trick so far, so he's definitely going to want to try and, you know, get into rhythm here.
Yeah, and he is for sure, he has the top spot in mind. I know him. Look at the kite angle again. He stakes it, for sure he's happy with that.
First score on the board.
Yeah.
So it's day number 4 here for the GKA Big Air Kite World Cup. We're in the final of the men's division. We finished our surfboard men's final just a few moments ago, and we're now on trick attempt number 4 in this men's twin tip division. Currently, Edgar Ulrich has put 3 absolute cream crackers down. One of those being a 9.50 for that kite loop KGB. The first time we've seen that in this competition, and as you said, Pippa might be also in competition.
Yeah, so Edgar's leading, then Zach, Finn third, and Lorenzo has to put 2 more scores on the board.
Zach is on a roll here. We're gonna land this one.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, no. I can see Jeremy Berlando tuning in into the live stream. Bro, I hope you're okay. We wish you a speedy recovery, and we hope for sure to see you in the final soon, man.
Yeah, Zach there just crashing out.
We have a little black screen in the live stream. Some squeaky bum situations going on.
It is, it's squeaky bum time, but it's all good because we're going to replace that with another one.
Finn has a solid start as well. He had the last score only 6.5, so he wants to upper that score for sure. Going for the front row, doobie, board off with added rotation, and sticking it so like, and he makes it look too easy. Oh, on the end a bit weird though. The first rotation, he goes not that inverted, and I know that the judges, they score inversion also a bit higher than vertical. So inversion is also really important to get a higher score. But as you can see, they are pretty close to each other, but Edgar is leading by far now.
Yeah.
But he's the first one to have 3 tricks on the
I mean,
board.
pretty much the perfect heat as well. He hasn't got a score which is underneath an 8.
No, that's crazy.
And for the first 3 trick attempts as well, to be able to have those dialed down.
And I don't know if someone has watched it, but Edgar just made a short documentary about his path also in Love Island and how he felt about it and his way back to competition, because it was challenging for him, and the way he talks about it was so pure and real. So make sure to watch that one.
So Edgar now 4th trick attempt. Finding the kicker, finds
Going
it.
again. But now, oi! Oh, that was a tough crash.
Absolute leg breaker there.
But it is front roll, kite loop, and then wants to go for the mope. So it's I hear a KGB, but it's not KGB.
No. No, well, it's actually funny that I spoke to Edgar just before, and he was mentioning that those were the 2 that he was going to go, the kite loop KGB and also the mobe, as you mentioned. So
yeah.
He's going to be looking for that as well. I mean, he'll be told that the kite loop KGB there is scoring that 9.50. So if he can go and obviously go for the mobe as well, be looking at a similar score.
Yeah, I think the front blind mopes are one of the sickest moves, and if he can pull it off with a kite loop, it's insane. And it's the perfect conditions to do it here as well.
They said you completely changed the mood of the competition.
She's in. So Lorenzo
okay,
now.
Lorenzo, let's go. You got this. I'm not sure which size he's riding. I was doubting between a 10 or a 9.
No, he's riding the 9.
Okay. Oh, the kite angle is so sick with him. Back to laid back board off. It was not the highest trick though, but he's really going for a kite angle.
I think it's hard to get the height to the left. You see the difference in height when riders are going to the left or to the right.
You can see the stoke of Zach just being there. I don't know, what is his age? He's 16 or something?
Yeah, no, I think he's a bit
16,
older.
17? Oh, 18 already?
I think so. But here he is, trick attempt number 5. So this is now the halfway point in this heat. And as it stands, it is Edgar out in front. Big height here from Zach.
That's sick. For him, these board spins are too easy. He does it on every single trick.
So that's huge there from Zach.
It's huge from him, and I'm super happy that he can pull it off. I thought, like, when I asked him, are you nervous? And he's like, no, I'm chilled. I'm just enjoying it. I'm like, maybe he just says that, and he's actually really nervous, but I can really see that he's pretty chilled going into this final. That's insane to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be a
When I
big
had my
score.
first final, I pooped my pants.
So red flag up, Finn Flugel now. Big score coming in for Zach. Finn now lowest
The
score,
youngster.
is a 6.50.
Let's go, Finny. Going for the boogie. Board off by the fin. Oh, I cannot get it.
Yeah, and Zach Adams' kite loop back roll tic-tac score to drop there as well. Yeah, that's going in. But he does already have that same move. So needs to tick another family, Zach.
Yeah, so it's very important if you have 3 tricks that you always upper the lowest score of the board. Otherwise, you need to improve a higher score, which is obviously harder. And then we have different families, like you can do, for example, to explain it easy, like a boogie loop is with a front roll and a kite loop, but you can also do the boogie with the contra loop. But let's watch Edgar leading this heat by far, so he's gonna be super comfortable. Hopefully front roll. Oi, doobie, extra rotations, getting the board on, sticking it, like claiming it already before he landed. He is for sure on a very, very good roll for this heat.
Yeah, he'll be looking to improve that kite loop front roll board off.
What did he do?
Just having some fun after.
I didn't see it.
So Edgar, yeah, it's looking good as well. This one here, he's really having a heat to remember at the moment.
Yeah, I think Edgar has worked so hard as well on his consistency, and it's really paying off. So, really happy for him.
Yeah, had his best result, I believe, at Lords of Tram at the start of this year, where he had a podium finish. Don't believe he's won an event here.
I think he's never won an event.
So, but at the moment, he's in the driving seat. 9.07
That
there.
is crazy.
Has dropped. So he's got 2 scores up in the 9s. And he still has 3 attempts to have some fun out there. Lorenzo now.
That's crazy. Oi, with a board flip and a grab, that will be a nice score for him. And I think also know that we're just on the half of the heat, or no, we are on the 5th trick now. So we have 3 tricks left, so literally anything can still happen because the best 3 count. There's no impression score, so yeah, Edgar is sitting comfortably in front, but we also know that all the other riders can pull it off in any trick basically.
So Zach now, 6th trick attempt. Only has 2 tricks counted towards his total score, just like Lorenzo. However, Lorenzo does have that previous one.
Here you can see Lorenzo supported by his dad and his little brother Leonardo.
Who also
really
absolutely
good.
rips.
Here you can see Finn's boogie tic-tac by the fin. Oh!
Zach Adams.
Going for the tornado, I think.
Yeah, putting the contra loop as well.
He was rotating.
I think there was the back roll rotation.
Yeah, with a contra loop.
It was hard to see from our live. Oh, it's a front.
Front roll.
Front roll.
Board off. With the contra.
So shark attack.
Shark attacky.
He's going to tick that other family he was missing now. So that score was 16.67. Yep, you're going to see that bump up.
Zack attack. So it was not a tornado, guys, because that's a back roll rotation. It is a shark attack. It's the front rotation.
With a contra loop.
With a contra loop. Finn.
Finn.
Looping very late.
Yep. No height either as well.
Yeah. He just missed, I think he just missed the takeoff, but still wanted to make something out of the trick. Yeah, his kite was oversteered, I think, a bit to the left side.
Yeah, it's going to see no improvement there on his lower scores. But
So
Edgar's still leading.
yeah, his lowest score is 8.23 as we can see, so he wants to upper that score. I'm not sure on which trick that was again. Can we see that? On the kite loop, the back roll kite loop board off.
yeah,
laid
kite loop back roll board off, Edgar opened up, which was the 8.23.
I don't know if he could do a tornado, then that will be uppering that score. Because he wants to stay in that category and make that one better. Or open up a new category.
So if it's at the fin or with a tic-tac, it will be a new category.
Exactement. I think though we were really lucky with the wind. Like yesterday was way too light to run it, so I'm super glad that the final can still run. The guys are absolutely sending it in this heat.
Yeah, it's definitely the strongest conditions we've had so far.
Yeah, it's good. Waited patiently for
Yeah.
it.
They're on like Edgar's on trick attempt number 6. You can see right now Edgar is leading, Zach is in second place, followed very closely by Lorenzo, and then Finn is also still in the game. So they're very close towards each other.
So Edgar now. Here we go.
Back roll,
Board
kite
off.
loop, laid back, board off. So he was trying to upper that score like the 8.23, but obviously this is a
Yeah,
crash.
that's what we're going to see Edgar do now. Unless, like you said, he wants to try and tick a new family. But I think he'll go and try that one again, get that 8.23 up in the 9s. And then he really will be the one to chase.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Casati. His lowest score, kite loop back roll board off of a 6.67. We know Lorenzo can score the biggies as well.
Yeah, Lorenzo had a really long day. Hopefully he's still fresh. I think so. He has 3 scores already, so now he can take more risk, and for sure he will do that because he's eager to win this event.
Yeah, he's currently in 3rd position as well. This event will count towards the 2025 calendar year as well, so good kite angle there
that's
for Lorenzo.
crazy. Can't get the board on and not enough height, unfortunately. I'm wondering why he is not taking himself to do something to the right. Maybe he's not too comfortable with that yet. Because that seems a little bit disappointment, but he can still do it.
So 2 trick attempts remaining now. Zach's going to be the next rider to jump. His lowest score, that conch loop front roll board off that he did previously.
And also funny to know that Finn is on a kite that he literally just tested right before the final. It's not his kite, he borrowed the 9 because he only had an 8 and a 10. But it seems to be working out quite well for him.
So Zach now doing a trick to the left.
Not
Double
getting the
back
take.
roll.
I think the wind can be like literally 5 minutes on, 5 minutes like way less. So I think we're in that low right now.
Sometimes there's a lot of current to the left, so it could also be that looks like it's right now this case.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because those were the words Edgar exactly said the same. 5 minutes it's on, 5 minutes it's off.
Yeah.
It's off. And obviously the current to the left, so
You can see they're getting way more height to the right.
Yeah, for sure.
so Finn now going to the left.
Finn.
Again though,
nice
lacking a bit of
board
height.
flip. Oh! He was going one way and then just switched last minute. I didn't really see what he was doing, but it
So
was
here we
that
go.
back roll,
Oh.
board flip,
Board flip.
no, not a board spin. And he pulls the front hand, which is, and then reverse, yeah. Quite sick to control like that. Finn is a super talented rider. I think he's gonna do really well in the future. I think we can expect big things from him.
For sure. Yeah, being able to cover both disciplines as well in the freestyle and the big air. Also was in the hydrofoil big air as well, so likes to keep himself busy, but I guess he has youth on his side.
Yeah, but it's also, I think right now you can really tell the heavier riders, like Lorenzo is definitely way heavier than Finn, and Zach I think is also not the heaviest, but Zach is really tall. So for them it's way easier to get the height.
Yeah, and the light wind conditions, the lighter riders definitely have an advantage.
I didn't feel that yesterday though.
What did you say?
I didn't feel that yesterday.
So Edgar now wants to get that kite loop back roll board off up from an 8.23.
Let's go, Edgar. It's really good. You can see that Edgar is taking his time, not rushing anything, because like I was doing that a bit in my final. I rushed it, and then when you rush it, your takeoff is gonna be bad, and then you could better just not do a trick because you crash it anyway, or the score is gonna be lower.
And they also have 50 seconds now instead of 40 seconds in previous heats.
Yeah, I think that's good too. So Edgar going for it, back roll, kite loop, laid back board off with the added rotation.
Yeah, it does manage to stick it. I think height-wise, maybe, yeah.
Because you could really see that his speed on the landing was almost gone. It's still nice that he shows like control and consistency, but I am doubting if it's going to score higher.
Yeah, Finn just had that last move, that conch loop back roll with the flip as well of the board. That's gone down as a 7.33.
And Lorenzo going on the inside again. The kite angles every time super
Every
good.
single time.
With the grab, really controlled. He's going to be for sure happy with that one. I'm curious to see what the score is going to be on Lorenzo, because he gives a little bit away on the height, but the kite angle makes up for it for sure. And as you can see, the score of Edgar dropped in. It's a 6.6, so that's way lower than his first back roll kite loop laid back.
Yeah, so it's going to get interesting now because we're in the last round of tricks. So we do have that score, as you mentioned, Pippa, to drop for Lorenzo. Is it going to be enough?
He's going to upper the 6.6, I think, because that was a kite loop back roll board off, and he went for the same category. Zach on the inside as well. He wanted to take off, but didn't find it.
So last round of tricks now, last chance for Zach. He needs a 3.77 additional to what he already has.
And he can do that, eh?
He can, yeah.
He has a 6.37, so he needs a high 9 to take the win. He's going on the outside, going for the
big.
It's big. But can't take the board off.
Yeah, pulls the loop a little bit late as well.
Shit. It seemed really like the height was perfect, to be honest, on this one.
Yeah, right height, but yeah, as you mentioned, couldn't get the board off. Will be deducted there. I don't think that's going to be enough.
It will be tricky who's going to be on the podium because they're all super close towards each other.
Yeah, Lorenzo's last score also came in, which makes him second place now, but super close with Zach.
Yeah, Finn, I mean, he's only 0.97. Here he is, Finn Flugel.
If Finn lands this, yes.
Gets that nice bit of lift.
That is sick.
Unbelievable
Crazy
there from
under
Finn.
Pressure on the last trick attempt because he was out-podiumed by Zach and Lorenzo. Pulls the front hand, so that is the contra loop again. The contra score a bit lower than the kite loops, I feel. Yeah, so Zach didn't upper his score. He only got a 4.8. We're going to wait for Finn's score because he wanted to make the 6.5, the contra loop back roll better.
Yep. Yeah, that's his lowest score at the moment of the three.
I think he's gonna. It's gonna be tight, eh?
Yeah, you can see judges taking their time here. The pink flag is up. So the pink flag is up. So they're just validating all the scores at the moment. There'll be a bit more time. So I'm sure
he needed to upper his score with like very little. So as we can see, Finn's score dropped is a 7.6. But it's not calculated yet into his scores. But I think they need to...
Yeah, there you go, 7.63. So that's it now. He's in second place.
That's going to be exciting to watch. Edgar is going to go. He's still in first position. If he wants to keep that, it's going to be important to upper his score a little bit. But it's also going to be hard for Lorenzo to overtake Edgar.
Yeah, he's still going to be working on maybe doing that 8.23, that kite loop back roll board off. That seems to be the move. But he's coming to the left.
Oh, huge! Kite loop handle pass. Oh! But it was crazy big.
If you share the replay, I believe that's after the move.
His freestyle background is definitely helping him in this final, which is super sick to see.
So here we go, unhooks, gets a crazy amount of height.
Pulls the kite loop with two hands, go for the handle pass, extra rotation. Unfortunately, like that won't be scoring high because of the huge back check.
So it comes down to this move then. This is it. So it's a crash for
What does
Edgar.
Lorenzo need?
He
to be
needs an
first?
additional 3.72 on a score that he already has.
But that's not possible because the lowest score is 7.4.
7.43 is his lowest score.
So he's comboed out, I think. So Lorenzo can only go for the second place, and he only needs a 0.18. So that means he would need a 7.5 or 7.6 something.
I think you might be right there.
Because he has two tricks of 7.43 exactly. So he can choose out of two categories.
So here we go, last trick attempt for Lorenzo. He might just be fighting now for second. Better height, tic-tacs.
Oi! I think he will get it with this one. The second place.
Second place, yeah. He's not going to get first here. I think the crown is now on Edgar's head for first place.
We're gonna see what Lorenzo will get, but we know for sure the podium is gonna be Edgar, Finn, and Lorenzo. And Edgar won the event, I think 100% sure. The kite angle is good.
Yeah, waiting for this score now to come in. Can't see anything our side at the moment as we watch the replay here from Lorenzo. So scores now starting to come in. Don't think it's going to be very, very tight between Lorenzo and Finn.
I think he's gonna take second. But that means, well, we still have to wait for the score, but I think it means Edgar won, and I think Lorenzo will be second, and Finn third, and Zach fourth.
So here we go. Kite loop
What is
front
it?
roll tic-tac. It's looking, there we go, 7.70. So he just bumped in front of Finn by 0.11 of a point. Taking second
He is happy
place.
with it, high-fiving the caddies behind him.
Which means that
And
Edgar
look at
Ulrich.
Edgar with his dad. His dad is carrying him on the back. So cool to see. Congrats to this legend. Look his smile.
He is so happy.
Look at his dad.
His dad came from France.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I got goosebumps for him. Congrats,
it's the first
Edgar.
event he wins, right?
Yeah, it's the first one. And that will stay with him for sure. And it's also good for him. He's gonna go to Copa with a nice win, nice feeling. It's gonna motivate him for sure.
For sure. And it was really his conditions, because he's right foot forward.
Yeah.
You can really see that.
Showing his strength. What is more exhausting, 30-minute sequence heat or 12-minute heat? That's a logical thing, no? 12-minute heat is way less exhausting. What's that for a question?
I don't know. Well, we had to share the mic, but now we got both our own mics, so that's why we were a bit...
Look, Lorenzo is also happy.
So Lorenzo actually 2 times second place strapless, and second place twin tip.
And Zach there just missed out on the podium, but he is pushing the level and he will be on that podium in the future for sure.
Yeah, next up Kota for all three. I know Finn no.
It's really cool. Also, you can see like this is why the kite community is so special. Everyone is still hugging each other after the race. It's for sure fighting during the comp, but after that, it's everyone is cool with each other.
Yeah, this is what I love about our community. Like all sharing the same passion, and that we can also be happy for each other in every possible way.
So much love in the live stream for Edgar. Super cool to see.
You know him pretty well, right?
Yeah, we're teammates and we've done some trips together. He's always like so happy and
always smiling.
Always smiling. Look at his style is just so
insane.
Crazy.
I don't know anybody with a style like him.
He has a video on his Instagram. I think it's pinned, and I watched this like 40 times. Yeah. It is that trick for me is my favorite trick of all time.
He keeps on spinning and spinning and spinning.
Yeah, he did super well. Definitely deserves it. Bringing freestyle background into the conditions, what makes it suitable for it.
I think
so
the
he definitely
judges really
deserves.
like that. If you look at the scores, they like to bring back the freestyle, I think, because it's scoring both in a 9.
Yeah.
And the conditions were there for. Because if it's 40, 45 knots, it's, well, I never unhooked, but I don't think it's a good idea in
I
those
would never unhook
conditions.
in 40 knots. Stick to big air. Yeah, well-deserved winner. I think the podium is super nice. Congrats to all the guys. And thanks everyone watching home. It's been super
Everybody
cool
going
to feel the
crazy.
support. Like yesterday as well, you get so many messages, and we need to keep the love coming.
Yeah. All French commentary here in the top chat.
Oh, I see someone said
Some
like
of-
it's 12-minute heats, so 12 minutes back-to-back tricks or 30-minute sequence. I think 12 minutes is more intense. It's just
like
like
that.
King of the Air style. But I prefer it because then you cannot go to the beach. You don't have time. It's just 12 minutes full on.
And it's all, everybody gets the same conditions, because now it's for everybody gets an attempt. If it's gusty, you don't have the gust. If you don't have the wave, it's also a bit of luck when it's like this. While when you have a heat that's like 12 minutes, you just have to go for it.
Yeah, I think that too. You can turn your brain off and go. Here we have the podium. So first, Edgar Ulrich. Second, Lorenzo Casati from Spain. Third, Finn Fluger from Germany. And fourth, Zach Adams from the United States. They're all looking
They are
super
so
stoked. That's
of
cool to see.
course. It's sick that we got some wind for the final.
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Way better than expected when we looked at the forecast this morning.
And also these guys are like pushing the level so much. Finn is super young. Zach is still young as well. And we've got two more experienced riders in this one, Edgar and Lorenzo, taking the top spots.
It's
But,
impressive with Finn. I don't think he's training that much big air.
No, it's
In
crazy.
his first competition, straight away on the podium.
Yeah. But also he seemed super calm, just collecting the tricks.
Yeah, but he probably has a lot of competition experience, just not in. Yeah, soon everybody will be off to Cape. Yeah, soon everybody will be off to Cape Town after this event for the King of the Air Big Air. That will be 23rd of November until the 8th of December is the wind window.
Yeah.
So
Hey, for how long do we need to chat in this live stream? We need to continue.
We're going to finish now.
All right, so everyone, thanks for tuning in. Super glad that you guys tuned in and hopefully you enjoyed it. We're gonna have the podium and the prize ceremony tonight, so make sure you check it on Instagram.
we'll see some more highlights and have a good day.
So there we have it. Thank you. Well, a massive thanks actually to both Zara and Pippa for joining in the booth there. Really good to get the sort of riders' insights into competition and pick their brains. And it was amazing there to see Edgar take the victory here for the first event of the 2025 calendar. What a way to go here in Jericho. That is the end of the event. We've now crowned all our champions. 2 in Haja 4 for men and the women, 1 in the men's surfboard, and obviously Mika and Edgar now for the twin tip division. Next up, we are going to go to Kauipe Lagoon in just a couple days' time. We have got the second event of the year for the freestyle division. It's going to be epic in that flat lagoon, steady wind. Stay tuned, follow the socials. We can't wait to be back once again in Brazil in a couple days' time.
flight. Didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. Okay, bye.
Next stop, Hamid International Airport.
This is a dream come true.